got yourself something funky.
Just me at the moment. But we all know what it is. It's that time of the week where we bring in the bottom self, Coran Sloss, Spice Freak Extraordinaire.
Hello there.
To-do. Hello there.
How you all doing?
Not too bad, dude.
And we got a few people. Well, no, we got one person tagging a lot of people in the chat. Thanks, Stu.
They'll pop up soon.
Yeah, people will show up.
Yeah. So, I think it wasn't that long ago. It was about a week, 2 weeks ago when you did something by the Chili Jam Man.
Oh, the Chili Jam Man was last week while you weren't here.
Last week, that was the one. Well, one of the things that you did...
Got that ultra chili bomb over here.
Kind of caught Adele's attention a lot. So we went and tracked down the Chili Jam Man, and he was at a local festival. We bought a few products.
Every local festival.
Pardon?
I swear he's at every local festival. I don't think I've ever been to one that I've not talked to him at.
He just gets about a lot. He's like a little magician, isn't he? He just pops up all over the place.
And when it's not him, it's somebody working for him. But usually it's him.
It's like one of those wandering shops if you ever read the Terry Pratchett books where it just pops up wherever you need it.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, it did. It popped up exactly where we need it. And we got ourselves a couple of chili sauces and other stuff, but we also got a big handful of these things. So,
ooh, what are they?
Chocolates. It's a little game where there's one hot and one not, and you literally flip for it to see who. So,
be able to look at them.
There'll be one of those heading in the post down to you.
Ah, it is the balls of steel. Yes.
Yeah.
I have seen those. I have never tried them.
Well, you're going to, because there's going to be ones heading down in the post for you. So
yeah, I will give those a go.
You need a partner to play with, though.
Oh, well, we'll see what I can do.
Or an alter ego.
We'll see what I can do.
So, yeah, anyway, back on with what you were.
So, in the last week, I decided to do my own little Hot Ones event. And so made my lineup of their various sauces from various different seasons. So, some of them you've seen before, some of them you haven't. Figured it might be good to give you a look. You may remember this one. First in the lineup, this is their classic. It's a very thin Tabasco-y style one. You can see I don't have too much left because it's a fairly general use red chili sauce, but it's made with diabol, so it's got a nice little bit of woodiness in there as well. So it's not nice when you have it on a spoon, particularly because it is quite vinegary. It does need to be on something.
Bit like most Tabasco sauces, it's best on the food.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Dave. Thanks for tagging everybody, Stu.
And then second in the lineup, because I wanted something that my friends could understand and relate to, we got a nice simple Cholula. Not a fan? Fair enough. I quite like the Mexican spices in there, but it is a fairly basic and quite vinegary sauce again.
You got to taste it, though. We need to see you taste it.
You want to see me taste Cholula? Okay, I'll taste Cholula.
I just want to see if it makes you do that my face does.
Well, it's got a thin neck, so we get a really slow pour. This might take a moment. Oh, starting. Yeah, my favorite thing to do with this is mix it with melted butter and put it over corn on the cob.
See, maybe I've been trying it with the wrong things.
Maybe.
Don't think so, though. It just wasn't for me.
I can't really show you that because it's going to pour everywhere. It's a very thin.
Very runny.
Yeah, I think it does do to my face what it does to yours. It is very vinegary when you go on a spoon like that. And quite vinegary in general, to be honest.
So what would you normally use your chili with other than the corn?
I mean, tacos, that sort of thing. It's reasonable for Mexican food, but it is a fairly sort of, I don't know, one of your cheap supermarket ones still. It's pleasant enough, but outside of the corn, it's nothing special.
It actually gives me hiccups.
I could see that. I mean, it's not overly spicy, but it definitely hits the throat with the vinegar and the spice mixed.
It hits me straight there, and it's like,
So do you want something a little bit more special then? Something
go
that
for
you
it.
can't just find down the shop. We got here the Hippy Dippy Green, which I specifically picked up at my local chili shop. This is from the Angry Goat Pepper Company. So
Have they got a website?
But
Have they got a website?
they do. angrygoatpepperco.com. There we go. But they're an American company, so you'll have to track them down somewhere else. So Hotheads might have them. I know the chili shop in Leeds does, because that's where I got this. And I like this one a lot. It says it's avocado and kiwi. What it doesn't tell you is what all those little black flecks in it are. All of those little black flecks are charred pepper skin.
I can't see who this is, but somebody says great with a packet of crisps. Now, I don't know if they mean this one or the Cholula.
Huh. I'm going to need a clarification on that. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, this one, all of those little black flecks give it a really nice undertone of smoke. In what is otherwise a savory, smooth, yet slightly chunky green sauce.
Dave Evans. So which one did you mean, Dave?
Ah, it's you, Dave, is it, Dave? Good to know.
Kevin Tilly says that one sounds nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it is one of my favorites that I've seen from the show. Hence why I added it to my lineup, because yeah, I know this one well, and I've already got through a bottle of it. Also, does have a surprising kick for a green sauce, but it's nothing crazy still. I'm assuming by first one they mean the Cholula and not the Hot Ones Classic.
Yeah.
And next we have High River's Chiba Gold, which is supposedly Barbados style. I don't know how Barbados style differs from Caribbean in general, but it's got mustard, it's got onions, it's got a lot of those Caribbean spices that you'd expect. And I believe it's a peach base, this one.
Now, that was interesting. It looked like it was going to be runny as it came down the bottle, and then it didn't.
It was, and then suddenly it all stuck in the neck. I'll see if I can show you this one. Oh.
It is still runny. Thin neck.
Yeah, but it does have chunks in it as well. And it's fruity, and it's got that mustard curry quality to it, and you definitely taste the onions. You definitely get a good bit of that Scotch bonnet zing from it. Again, this is one I like a lot. This is definitely one that will turn your stew into a curry for the second day when you don't feel like having stew again, for example.
What's the strongest flavour coming through for you on that one?
Probably the sweetened mustard curry spices.
Sounds like I might actually like that in beans.
Maybe. I'd not thought of that, but beans do go well with the apple-based ghost pepper sauce, so I could see a sort of curried, fruity one going quite well in there, yeah.
Just a little bit, just to give your beans a bit of a...
Yeah. I'll have to try that sometime. Report back, because that does sound good.
I like to fry my beans, and it just sounds like they'd go great in fried beans.
Then we have the Los Calientes Barbacoa, the barbecue, the specific barbacoa style version of their number 5 sauce. Has a bit of a chipotle smokiness to it, and some nice herbs. So yeah, a lot more interesting than the other versions of the Los Calientes, if you ask me. This is, of course, their own one from the show, so not too easy to get hold of because they only sell it themselves.
I was looking at the amount of quantity that was in the bottle, which wasn't a lot, so I'm assuming
I've
this
been
is one
getting
of you
through this
like.
one.
It seems to be one of the ones you like.
Yeah. It's smoky, it's herby, it's got a little bit of a ketchupy thing going on, but not too much. And yeah, I like it a lot. And it's not nearly as vinegary as the other one that they did.
Is the smokiness overpowering? Like sometimes when they use liquid smoke, and it just like sometimes when you get cheap bacon, sometimes it's overly smoked because it's liquid smoke.
It's not liquid smoke, and I don't think it's overpowering, but it definitely stays with you.
Sounds like that one is right up my street.
1 second. Which one was number 6? Here we go. This is Bravado Spice Co.'s Ghost Pepper and Blueberry. It's one of the most popular ones from the show, and frankly, I don't like it.
I was about to say I know this one, and I don't like it neither. This one is very vinegary for the blueberry sauce.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me show you the back. Let me get a better shot of that. It is ridiculously liquid. Because, yeah, it is mostly vinegar. It's got cooked down blueberries in it, which get that savory richness that you get from tomatoes, even though they don't have the glutamic acid in them, so I don't know what that comes from. And it's got that mixed with the deep red pepper flavor of the ghost pepper. And there's a nice little bit of black pepper to tie them together even better. All of that is wonderful, and then they just overpower it with way too much vinegar.
Very well described.
I'm not going to try that in front of you because I'm not going to enjoy it. You're not going to enjoy me not enjoying it.
That one will give you the hiccups.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
As will number 7, probably.
Adele likes it on ice cream or on chocolate cake or brownie.
No.
No.
I have found one way I enjoy this, and that's cook it into a vindaloo. That way you lose a lot of the vinegar, but you keep that rich, almost red wine quality from it, and it makes it more like a actual old school traditional vindaloo where you'd have the wine in there. So that I quite enjoy, but I have yet to find another use where I could stomach this.
I like the way you describe it as a winey. It's like it's got like a port, like a sherry-ish.
Yeah. Definitely. It's the tannins in the blueberries, I think.
Possibly. Facebook user says great on a buffalo salad. I don't know what a buffalo salad is.
No, I'm not entirely sure either. Now, I have had some other ghost pepper and blueberry sauces that have been amazing. It's a great combination of flavors. It's just that this has way too much vinegar. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So anyone out there who makes a ghost pepper and blueberry sauce, put it in the comments. I'll try whatever ghost pepper and blueberry sauce because they are a great flavor combination. It's just this isn't the one for me. Pure and simple.
Stu said a buffalo salad is just a salad on a big plate.
Oh, okay.
It's what buffaloes eat.
Yeah, next up we have the Torchbearer Reaper Garlic. Pretty straightforward in its description of what it is. And those are by far the main ingredients. But if I turn it around, you'll see it's separated out a little bit. And what's on top there is oil. Because this is an oil-blended sauce, which if you shake it up, becomes nice and creamy. And that's the one bit they neglect to mention.
Maybe adding a little bit of an emulsifier or something to stop them splitting so much.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't split quite as much when I first got it. This is a slightly older bottle. I'll be honest with you there. It's also clogged up in the neck.
I believe Kevin posted earlier, Dave, but if not, it's at the top of where the video is.
There we go. You can get a bit of a look at it there. And that creamy pink colour. And yeah, it's really smooth, slight bit of sweetness to it. A lot of garlic, a lot of Reaper. It is not subtle about either of its namesake ingredients.
See, when you said a lot of garlic, big thumbs up. But the second you said a lot of Reaper, it was like,
Yeah, I understand that. A lot of Reaper's not for everyone, and this is a lot of Reaper. Surprised I'm not hiccuping yet.
Stu just said hiccups incoming then.
Now I'm starting to feel it more in the throat, so it might happen in a second or two. I'll give it a moment. Huh. No, nearly, but not quite. No, I don't think I'm going to hiccup from that one. It's close, but it's not quite there.
It just stops before it gets to the hiccup point.
Just a heads up, you're quite quiet there.
Adele just says, have another spoonful then.
I'm not sure I'll do an entire another spoon, but I'll have a little bit if you want. However, if I'm doing this one, I'm not doing the next one. Is that all right with you?
Has it got a buttery, creamy taste to it?
I'm not sure I'd say buttery, but definitely creamy. It reminds me of the garlic sauce they put on the potatoes and mushrooms down at the German market.
I was thinking of a similar texture to like a peppercorn sauce.
Honestly, I've not had a ton of peppercorn sauces, so I can't picture that right now. But I'll tell you what in a second. I'm not doing it.
I was going to say, you just read Adele's comment there. I could tell by the giggle.
Yep. That'll get me in a second. But the next one, which I am not trying in front of you today, because everybody knows what it's like, is this one here.
The bomb, yeah.
Yeah. It turns out you throw this over chicken, a lot more sticks than it does on the show. It is not a good time.
You're better off with just one or two little splashes in anything that's more tomatoey based, because everything else just seems to...
Yeah, or mix it in with an entire bottle of barbecue sauce.
Yep. Kevin's saying you're too nice not to do it, surely.
It's not happening, Kevin.
Dave Evans has got that sauce.
Everyone's had it at some point and cannot recommend it.
You know, I don't think we did. I don't think that's one that we've ever been that curious about. We've only ever seen...
People have.
Oh, we might have done, because Della's saying it belongs in the bin.
I do agree.
So we probably have then.
Right, after that we have... This was actually the final one on the show for the last episode of season 14 when they couldn't get their own sauce in. Not sure why they couldn't get their own sauce in, because, I mean, I could. But they couldn't, so here we go. Reapers and Mangoes from Singularity Sauce Co. This apparently is a 3-month ferment, this one.
Nice.
And do they have an do they have a website on here for you? They don't, so I'll get that up really quick. Sorry, you're probably seeing a lot of my wrist there. SingularitySauce.co. And these people are based down in Scotland. And they do a whole load of things. This is apparently their second hottest, but also the only hottest of the ones they consistently have in stock. And it's mangoes, Carolina Reapers, yellow peppers, apple, vinegar, ginger, and salt. I have surprisingly little of this left. I'm not sure how I got through that much of it.
It was obviously better than you were expecting.
I think I put a fair bit of it into pasta, though. At one point. And yeah, you might see it has a few bubbles in it from where I shook it. It seems to retain those. Which is interesting because there's no thickener in it.
It's got the consistency of like a sweet chili sauce when you're looking at it on the screen.
It's got the consistency of something that's got a little bit of xanthan gum in it.
Yeah.
But according to the ingredients list, it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Flavor-wise, it's far more pepper than it is mango. Because being fermented, it's also a lot of the fruit's sugars. And so, yeah, it loses a lot of the mango flavor. It's mostly Reaper, if you ask me.
I would say it looks like it comes with a kick too.
Yeah. Straight to the throat as well.
Yeah. What was the heat level on that, on the bottle?
Interestingly.
What's the heat level on the bottle?
On the bottle, they listed at 4 out of 5. It's the second hottest thing they do, the hottest being a chocolate scorpion-based one. But that chocolate scorpion-based one isn't one they have inconsistently. Yeah, we're having this again.
Geography lessons going off.
Up and down mean nothing when it comes to going around the world. Yeah, this one keeps on giving. It's definitely not the hottest Reaper sauce I've had. I've had ones that are more pure than this. The mango definitely tones it down a little bit. But at the same time, it doesn't tone it down a lot.
Is the mango lingering? Can you still taste mango, or has it just become predominantly Reaper now?
I tasted very little of the mango at any point.
Right.
You lose, because it's a fermented sauce, you've lost a lot of the sweetness of the mango, which takes away a lot of the mango flavor with it.
It was just the way it was poured, it still did look like a puree type of...
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't taste it. It just tastes like a softer Reaper sauce, basically. So it's got that slightly softer fruit quality to it, but it doesn't actually taste of fruit, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how I'm not hiccuping, because...
It does sound like you're about to.
It's all around my mouth, and it is very hot. I have not tried Tan Rosie's sauce yet. I tried their Udge at one point, but I should give the sauce a go. As for Pips, I do still have some of their stuff. I've been saving it because I've been meaning to write about it, but I haven't got round to writing about anything other than the green one yet, because I've got so many things in reserve from doing these. I did look at Pips on here once, so you might find it on the YouTube channel for the NE UK, but I can always bring them back on another time if you want. Maybe look at them again next week, maybe.
I think the people are looking for the hiccups and the people asking for the bomb.
Well, I'm not going to do the bomb just yet, because I do also have the last dab, if you remember. And this is the original green, the last dab. I've been getting through it slowly. It's also rather more liquid than it was when I first got it, because I think all of the solids have stuck around the neck of the bottle or something.
Well, while you're doing that one, I'm just going to go and check on something. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, what, Tan Rosie? Oh, Tan Rosie live close to you, do they, or... Right, there we go. There's a spoonful of that. I mean, it's not the full spoon, but it's certainly a mostly full one. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, John. Ah, you live close to both of them. Cool. Well, here we go. So there's a definite citrus quality to it. There's a little bit of bitterness because the chilies were underripe when this was made. But that also means that it has a bit of a green chili taste to it that most sauces of this sort of heat level don't. And there's a nice undertone of cumin, maybe a little bit of mustard to it. Definitely an earthy spice blend.
No, it's all right. I am back.
And this is going to build in just a second. And maybe this one will give me the hiccups that you've not been hearing yet today. But this one I like to throw on pizza and stuff. Basically, just a little bit of it here and there. It's not one I bring out all too often, but when I do, it gets the job done. It is very hot. I am amazed that I'm not hiccuping.
I think maybe you're immune to hiccups now.
Yeah, I just don't seem to be doing it today. I'm suffering. It's not that I'm not feeling the heat.
Yeah, the suffering's all there, but no the reward.
But that's the lineup for you, aside from I've not tried the bomb today, and I'm not going to try the bomb today because it is awful. And I'm not putting my stomach through that again after last time.
So there you go. The main review was the bomb, and the answer is just don't bother.
Yeah, absolutely don't bother that one. But we do have one other thing that I talked to Luciano here off camera about. Because apparently Luciano's tried some interesting fruit in his day. Including star fruit. And this is made in Hawaii. It was sent to me by an American company that stocked it. I believe they still do. Eat Hot Sauce, I think it was. And basically I had a deal with them where as long as I was prepared to talk about it and them, they'd send me random interesting things that they stocked. And I had never come across a starfruit sauce before. So I managed to get this just in time for the release of one of the more recent Star Wars movies, which, you know, they weren't the best movies, but I mean, episode 7 was nice just because it was a rehash of episode 4, and how can you possibly ruin that, right?
You're going to start a Star Wars politics in here, aren't you?
But yeah, I got this to go along with that, and this is... let me get the actual ingredients list for you. The first ingredient is carrot, which is interesting, followed by a mix of distilled white and cider vinegars, then ghost scorpion and habanero peppers, starfruit juice, water, lime juice, garlic, Hawaiian sea salt, and groovily grown aloha, which I'm pretty sure is just some weird Hawaiian joke on the end.
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
But yeah, basically, starfruit juice, carrots, a mix of super hot peppers from habanero all the way up to scorpion, but focusing mostly on the ghost. Now, you'll see I have a fair bit of this left, mostly because we've been in lockdown for a while and I don't trust takeaway sushi. Because that is the main thing I use this on. Next time I manage to actually get to go out with friends and do sushi with them, this will definitely be making it to the table.
No,
You'll see it fairly thin because of all those fruit juices in there. Aroma-wise, definitely a tangy one. Definitely smell the red chilies in there as well, though. Flavor-wise, it's not as acidic as it smells, but you do taste that almost lemon oil quality of the starfruit. But it's not cloying like actual lemon oil is. And so, yeah, it's smooth. It is peppery, but it's also very citrusy in a way that's not too sharp and acidic. And it goes very, very nicely over sushi.
Stuart Tarnas loves sushi, So we might have to get a second opinion out of him by seeing if we can get hold of the bottle.
Yeah, the problem with this is that you do have to get it from the US because I don't think anywhere here stocks it. But the actual makers are spicyninjasauce.com, and the people who send it to me are Heat Hot Sauce. So hopefully one of the two of those will be able to get it to you.
Dill's also wanting to try sushi, hopefully while she's out somewhere. Not a
Yeah, I wouldn't get it on delivery personally.
Yep. Somewhere fresh where it's prepared there and then.
Yeah. I don't know about where you are, but there are some good fancy sushi places where I am.
None where I am.
Oh, that's a shame.
Northeast, where I live, basically sushi comes from Tesco's in a little plastic packet. Although there is the Metro Centre where there is a sushi bar. So yes, there is a sushi bar. It's just a little travelling distance.
Okay, you got a decent one then within a not too far distance. Cool.
Yeah, I just realised there is one within travelling distance. I'm not sure how they'd feel about us pulling sauce out though, but maybe we'll have to find out.
Well, I've yet to have a restaurant complain.
Well, we haven't either. Nobody's said a word.
Yeah. I mean, I had Mad Dog Gold in one time.
Adele just mentioned the Metro one, so yeah, that was correct.
There was one other thing I wanted to mention. This isn't chili based, but I have had chili stuff from in the past. I don't know if you've come across Rubies in the Rubble. They're a anti-waste company. They use fruit and veg that's going to be thrown away to make all sorts of different sauces. So they have a few standard things in their range, and then everything else is just whatever they get hold of at the time. This one I found in my local supermarket. It's theoretically ketchup. It's theoretically tomato ketchup. But if you look at the label up top, it's made with surplus pears. Yeah, I know, right? It sounds really peculiar. I'll have a spoonful and then I'll explain to you what it actually does for it. Of course, it may take me a moment to fill the spoon because this is a proper ketchup that sticks to the bottle like most.
I'm just reading comments.
Oh dear.
Wow, that looks thick.
It's the classic ketchup consistency, but yeah, it is a thick ketchup. I'm going to put the lid on and give it a proper smack.
I was thinking the same, pears in a ketchup, but apparently you can get pear cider now as well.
Well, Perry was always a thing, but
now it's called pear cider. They're calling it pear cider.
Yeah, now they're claiming it's cider. Right, let's see if that's loosened it. And it smells good. But can I actually get it on the spoon? There we go. There we go. That's starting to come out at last. Come on. Come on.
That is coming out like a fresh bottle of ketchup that you've just opened.
Yeah. Right, that's all you're getting, I'm afraid. Just because that's all I can get out right now.
Blood orange cider.
It's sweet, it's fruity, it's very tomatoey still. You don't taste the pear as such. It just adds to the fruitiness of it all. And it gives it a natural sweetness rather than... Basically, they've just used the pear to replace most of the sugars.
Phil just pointed out, flavour before fire does a pear sauce. He does, but he does actually just say it's pear sauce. It doesn't say it's ketchup or it's pear sauce. And it does taste of pear too.
I will have to look into that because, well, I like pear.
Actually quite hot, or at least I find it quite hot. Others don't.
And what else is in it?
I'm not sure. I'd have to go and get a jar. And I don't think I've got one. But yeah, it is a pear sauce. Let's off onto the Google.
Right. What have we got here? Come on, website, you can do it.
His computer's a lot faster than mine is.
Black and Brune, Cajun Scorpion. Oh, Cajun Scorpion. That sounds interesting.
The black and brune's quite good too.
Super hot Cajun spice, fresh Trinidad Scorpion. Yep. Plum tomatoes, red bell peppers, red onions, red wine vinegar, garlic, brown sugar, Himalayan pink salt, and super hot chili powders. I'm surprised it's red peppers specifically, because most of the Cajun things I get have green. But even so, sounds pleasant. Brimstone, kebab sauce. Any
Brimstone's
UK
very
lager
hot.
sauce is genuinely surprisingly good. I was expecting a fairly generic naga sauce, and it turns out just that soft apple in there, really nice, especially with the beans.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
brilliant on other things as well, though.
would recommend that. Fiery habanero ketchup, formerly known as Perry, is that the one?
No, there's one that's just called pear. Might be called fiery pear.
Oh,
now.
we've got atomic pear over here.
Atomic pear,
In a
that'll be the
jar,
one. Comes in a
there's
little jar. That's the one. He's renamed it as atomic pear.
Naturally sweet, award-winning super hot chili sauce made with roasted pears, roasted red onions, mixed super hot chilies 18%, fresh garlic, white wine vinegar, ginger, Himalayan pink salt, and spices.
That's the one. It's just the right sweetness of just the right balance of sweetness, so it doesn't become. I don't
Yeah,
like sweet.
Suddenly thinking, did I look at this before? Does it contain something absolutely crazy, chili-wise?
It is warm. Well, it is hot to
Right.
me, but
Well, if it's warm for you and not absolutely insane for you, it's probably not Jigsaw or a Burt Berry or anything like that,
no, it's nothing like
which
that.
was what I was worried about.
No, it's nothing like that.
Because I'm starting to think there might be a limit to what I'm prepared to eat.
No, give it a crack. It's a good sauce.
Well, I've got a lot to try, but I'm definitely down to give that one a go.
Adela just brought it up. She found it before we did.
I have a little bit more of my milk sit here.
Yeah, I have a bit more of my milk too.
Oh, I will say that ketchup, its sweetness and everything, also did a surprisingly good job of cooling my mouth down.
So, what was the heat rating on that ketchup? Was it a 0 or
Well, given how much it's cooled my mouth, probably less than 0.
what does it say on the bottle?
Oh, it's not a chili product. I just wanted to show it off because it's a nice thing, nice, interesting thing that I found from a company that I've formerly had chili stuff from. If Rubies in the Rubble ever do their blueberry barbecue again, that was amazing. Would thoroughly recommend that.
I'm not sure.
That had some nice chipotle in there.
That one on, but that's probably Dave.
Probably Dave.
Would be good to see you if you do, dude. Dude.
Doodly. Oh, see you, Kevin. Sorry, I missed your goodbye 3 minutes ago.
So that. Oh yeah, see you later, Kevin. I don't pay much attention to them because when you're eating sauces and stuff, I'm usually paying too much attention to your face because I'm.
Yeah, I know how it goes. Don't worry. I try and catch the comments, but I'm usually distracted by my own sauce tasting as well, and all the things that I've been having to Google all of a sudden.
I'm just glad you've got a computer that can actually open multiple web pages because if I try to open a web page now while I'm live, everything just goes blue.
Oh, I've looked into it, and you know there are professional streamers and stuff who have less RAM than I do.
I think that's what it is. I need to update my laptop. It's a bit old now.
Yeah, I have 64 gig of RAM in here.
What?
I did have 96 for a while, but that didn't work out. It turned out my old RAM and my new RAM were incompatible.
Yeah, you're better off with them all at the same speed rather than a mixture of RAM.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, it shouldn't be that big a deal, but I guess there was enough of a difference that it was actually causing my computer to crash.
But 64 gigabyte, what you doing that needs 64 gigabyte?
Nothing. I'm video editing, and that needs like 32.
Well, video editing, fair enough.
But the 64 is still overkill.
Yeah, video editing does go heavy on the RAM, depending on your graphics card.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are not a
Graphics
computer
card's
channel.
not
We are a
bad.
chili channel, so
Yeah.
nearly got sidetracked there.
Oh, ooh. What are we recommending from today then? On the milder end, these two are thoroughly enjoyable. Though obviously this one's a bit tough to get in the UK. This one, though, you can find imported without too much difficulty.
I just like the label on that one, the little tortoise.
Yeah. Well, one of the first things that was said when it appeared on Hot Ones was one of the guests was saying, oh, it looks like somebody smoked too much and dropped out of art school and drew it while high. To which, yeah, I was just sat there looking at the website going, actually, that's the source company's origin story. They do actually say that on their website. So, they joke, but that is actually what happened.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. This one, real good curried one. Nice for turning your stew into something different the second day. Goes great with eggs. All that sort of thing.
I am a bit curious about that one.
Like this one a lot. Where do we go from there? Do not get this one. This one's awful.
No.
Go for a different blueberry and ghost one, please. This one, amazing on fish and sushi and that sort of thing. Would thoroughly recommend if you can get hold of it, but again, it's only made in Hawaii, so you might have trouble getting it outside of the US. This one, if you like a lot of Reaper and some creamy garlic, it's a goodie, but it is very Reaper, so be careful with it. And this ketchup's just mild and nice.
Ketchup seems to be the winner one for me tonight, anyway.
Yeah, it is a weird idea putting pears in it, but it seems to work, and it doesn't take away from the fact that it's still a tomato ketchup.
It would be interesting to see how the pears have interacted in there. And, I might have to keep a little eye out for that one. I don't need a lot of tomato ketchup.
You can probably get it in other supermarkets as well.
I'm pretty sure you will.
And if not, Rubies in the Rubble do also have a website. rubiesintherubble.com. Nice and easy to find.
Go.
That's all I've got for you today. And we'll catch you again next week, I suppose.
You will do, dude. I'll say bye-bye.
Bye.
See you later, dude.